Hello folks, how's things? Hope you're well. We're about a week out from Christmas and I thought, I'll do a very quick video, just let you know what I'm up to and what the bike situation is at the moment. As you can see, little Thors and smithereens. I thought I'll show you. I should have actually taken some stills, but this is the tail tidy that I bought. What was it, a year and a half, 2 years ago now? Power bronze, if I remember correctly. Now, it was looking worse for wear underneath. A couple of years back, I've been riding them into work a couple of times once the roads are salted, and some of the paint was pitted and the salt had got underneath, so all of this was peeling around here. And it was just a bit unsightly, and with me thinking about selling them in the spring, I thought I'll do something about it. I don't want to hand that on to somebody looking like that. So I've had this powder coated locally. They've made an amazing job of it. I'm really happy, it's like new. So that meant taking all the plastics off and stripping them back. And if you remember, there's not much, if you've watched the video of my installation for the tail tidy, there isn't much extra wiring in there, so I've had to cut it all out and buy some little extenders. So I'm going to try my hand at some soldering at some point over the winter. This is the kind of jobs you do in the winter, isn't it? The tyre, well, you can see there, pretty squared off. If I remember, we were at 3,960 odd miles when that tyre went on. So it's done about 3,400 miles thereabouts, which is pretty good going, because this bike, it gets ragged everywhere. It's not like one of those bikes that's sort of ridden around town and I don't use properly. This thing gets ragged. So I'm so happy with the bike. I don't want to get rid of Thor. I really like having him, but he is a short bike, which is part of the draw. I like the styling, but it's just a bit too snug when I'm trying to get all my gear on it. And as well as that, he's just a smidge too cramped. It's a tall bike. If you ever get a chance to sit on one. They're deceivingly tall, but they're very narrow, and then the foot pegs are up as well, so you're quite cramped onto it on a long day out. I'm not moaning, it's something I'm willing to put up with to a degree, but once I've got all the gear on it, that takes up more space. So I'm on the look for something just a bit bigger. Don't want to sell any problems on, so I'm getting everything squared away. So that's why we're doing the tail tidy. I hope I can remember how all of this goes back on, or I'm going to be dumping it at the local dealership and asking them to do it for me. The other thing I'll need to do is put my pillion pegs back on, because if you remember, I removed those so I can put my mount on and clear up the look. So that'll all have to come off, get swapped around, and I'll show you a still. I've got some chip paint on the engine cover there, but you know what, I'm not going to do anything about that. I'm just going to pass that on. I'm planning on selling this for a reasonable price. I'm not going to be greedy. That rear sprocket looks pretty tired these days, so I'm going to put a new sprocket and chain on here, new tyre, get this all tidied up. Tail tidy is going to be as good as new. So yeah, that 2 patches of paint, I can live with handing that over to somebody. Yeah, I'm going to miss this bike when he goes. Been really good fun. One of my best purchases. But if the Triumph Scrambler thing comes off, well, I probably won't regret it for too long. Moose, well, yeah, he's going to need a deep clean as well. He's still got some bugs on him from the last time we were out. So he's needing a deep clean, and I need to put my battery tender on, and I got a new one for the Ducati from my pal Kenny, who no longer has his Ducati Diavel, so I'm going to bang that on there as well. Those wintry things you do. But mainly get this guy sorted out, I'll sell him privately. Moose, well, the Triumph dealership in Aberdeen, Sherlaw's, also deal in KTM, so I'll see a bit of trading against whatever I buy. Although I've not test ridden the Ducati Hypermotard 698 yet, have I? So we'll see. But I have to move things about. I don't need 3 bikes. If I can get one bike that does the job of both of those, that's what we're aiming for next year, folks. So hopefully you have a great Christmas, folks, and keep an eye out for the end of year video. That'll be dropping sometime. I've not decided whether that's going out on Christmas Eve or Hogmanay yet, but give it a view, and I'll see you in 24.